Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to descale with vinegar the K-Cup side on this Cuisinart Grind and Brew Plus coffee maker. They just released this in 2020, model number SS-GB1. So this has a grind and brew on this side. In my first video I showed you how to descale the coffee maker side, but it also has a K-Cup side. Now this coffee maker has two independent water reservoirs. It's got one just for the K-Cup and one for the coffee maker. So it's got a separate heating element that we need to descale over here for the K-Cup. So on the coffee maker side, it does have this clean light. Unfortunately, this clean light is only for the coffee maker side. It will light when it's time to descale the coffee maker, and you can also press it. And I show you in my first video how to run the vinegar through there, and it does an automatic clean. But this is only for the coffee maker side. We've got to kind of manually do it on the K-Cup side. So if you find yourself descaling the coffee maker side, I would also descale the K-Cup side, depending on how much you use each one. But you should descale at least every 3 to 6 months. I'm going to be using white vinegar. This is distilled white vinegar, but you can use just regular white vinegar. This is $1.50 at Walmart. So the first thing we're going to do is on the K-Cup side, this water reservoir, we need to remove the water filter. Now, you're going to have some water in here. That's okay. You can leave the water that's in there as long as it's not really high up in there. If it's really high up in there, you're going to have to run like we're going to leave this empty for the entire duration. We're not going to put a K-Cup here, but you have to make sure and have this needle basket needs to be here. So we're going to close that. So again, if you've got too much, there's no way to remove this reservoir other than dumping it over. So just do some fresh water rinses. Go to the max. Go to 12 and hit brew. What that'll do is that'll empty some of the water out of here. We got to make room for 13 ounces of vinegar. Okay, so I'm finished running water through here. My add water light came on. That add water light, that water drop is for the K-Cup side. So now I've got room. It's okay that there's water in there still, but that means I've got room for my vinegar now. So the manual says to pour 13 ounces of pure vinegar into the water reservoir. So if you don't have an ounce, that's almost 2 cups of pure vinegar. So we're just going to pour the pure vinegar back here. Now you can see we've still got room. Now fill it up to the max with just fresh water. Okay, so I just filled it up to the max with just fresh water. Now I've got a mixture of water and vinegar on this water tank side for the K-Cup side. Now you're going to get yourself a big container that'll hold at least 12 ounces. This is plastic. It seems to work okay, but you may want to use like a ceramic mug because this stuff coming out is pretty hot, but I've never had a problem with this kind of heavy duty measuring cup. So again, make sure this is going to stay empty for the entire process. Each time you're going to hit the pod button. We want to put it on the largest setting, 12 ounces. And we're just going to do a brew. Now this is going to stink a little bit. When vinegar is heated up, it does kind of smell a little bit. So when it's done running this through, we'll discard that vinegar and water in there. We're going to keep doing this process until the add water light comes on. You're going to have to give yourself about 30 minutes from start to finish to do this on the K-Cup side. Now I have noticed when you don't have a K-Cup in here, you do get some water that drips out around. I think that's going to be okay, as long as the majority of it comes through here. But I think it's just kind of a poor design up here when there's no K-Cup installed. You do get some water kind of dripping up around the machine. Okay, so it ran the first batch through. I'm going to go empty this out and we'll run another one. Press the pod button. It's still on 12 ounces. Press the start. And again, we're going to keep doing this, what I'm doing here, until that add water light comes on. Once that add water light comes on, then we'll fill this up with just fresh water. And I'm going to fill that tank up with fresh water about about 2 to 3 times and just keep running. Then I'm going to run fresh water through the machine. I really want to clean out the inside of this. There's a heating element inside here. I really want to clean out that vinegar that we just ran through there. So it does make sure you got a big container. I am getting quite a bit of water coming out around this. And the reason for that is I think it's just, see, there's quite a bit of water. See, water shoots out of that needle and normally it goes into a K-cup. So when you don't have a K-cup installed, I don't think this is designed really well and it kind of comes up around this area here. So normally you can do freshwater rinses and it just comes straight out the bottom. But on this one, it's being a little different. Okay, so this is the third one I'm gonna do. I emptied that. Okay, so after the third 12 ounces through here, my water light came on. So that's good. Now I'm gonna fill this up with fresh water. I know there's still just a little bit of vinegar in there, but I'm gonna fill this up with just fresh water. And so after I fill this up with fresh water, I'm gonna repeat the same process. You don't have to lift this each time, but make sure there's no K-cup here. Do your big 12-ounce setting, run your fresh water through. And when the water light comes on again, fill it up with water. I'm gonna do that I do 3 tanks, just to make sure and get all of that vinegar out of there, because there is just a little bit that gets left over in there, you know, and that way you're for sure no vinegar taste on the K-cup side. Again, check out my other video where I show you how to descale, and it's got a nice clean button, how to descale the coffee maker side. I also show you how to clean the needles. I got another video. I show you how to, this top needle is a little different than their other ones. The bottom one's about the same, but I show you how to remove the bottom one, clean it. If your Cuisinart is not working, I show you how to clean the needles. And when you're finally all done, it's probably a good time to change your carbon water filter and make sure you reinstall it. Thanks everybody for watching, and if you could, please like and subscribe.